resources and people who are just can casually decide to say, hey, I'm top 5 now.
Yeah.
And they just sometimes have other stuff going on. I mean, you had a pool today, I think that consisted, what, of...
Comet Mario, Fat Sandwich, and Juju Man was one.
Yeah.
Eric, though, Dro, Galleon, and Sophist was another. And Dro actually got 3rd in that pool, so Dro's going to be starting off in losers.
You also had Caden, Gray, Vencho, and Escaped.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it goes. But we're going to get right into it with Fat Sandwich, the Chrom versus Sophist on the Dedede.
Yeah, this is a very interesting match. I don't know how much Chrom experience Sophist has. I do know there is a North Sen King Dedede player that Fat Sandwich would have some experience against. Not quite on Sophist's level, but you know, any experience is better than no experience, right?
So, fun fact actually, and I believe for this past year, these two have never played.
Yeah.
Which is very surprising.
Is it? Like I feel like Sophist doesn't travel too much outside of Milwaukee.
That's fair. I guess I kind of like, you know, usually expect when I see Fat Sandwich to kind of like, you know, show up in the Milwaukee events if there is another scene that they show up at.
Yeah.
So, a little bit surprising, but just barely missing that down smash. But I remember in the previous set with Fat Sandwich that I commentated, they were using a lot of these counters to especially like, you know, act as like anti-airs or kind of disadvantaged.
Yeah, and there's one that actually going to cost, not going to cost them the stock, but very close to the stock.
Yeah, but another Gordo and these drifts in and those air dodges in from Fat Sandwich, so needed on this character. You kind of just need to use that at that point because you're so limited for options otherwise.
Absolutely.
And now you see, like, you know, Sophist trying to look for that hit, and you're in that awkward percent where you really kind of have to look for, okay, you just get the stray bear.
Sometimes you get a bear.
Sometimes you get a bear. That's Dedede in a nutshell. Sometimes you get a bear. Sometimes you get a nair. The nair, or the jab off the ledge. The slight F tilts, even with the inhale pulling Sophist just in a little bit closer, and right now, evened up 2 stocks apiece.
Yeah, this is kind of what I saw from the set that I commentated from Sophist earlier was Sophist versus Dro. Or no, Sophist versus Eric, though, rather. And when I saw Sophist versus Eric, though, a lot of what it came down to was that Eric, though, would get all this percent racked up, then Sophist would find a kill a lot earlier than Eric, though, would. And so it's kind of what I'm seeing right now, too, where Fat Sandwich is getting all this damage, but if he can't get the stock off of Dedede, Dedede's a very scary character to deal with.
He can be a very scary character to deal with, especially like in this situation. Both of these players are vying for the same thing.
Yes.
They want to ledge trap you. And especially like, you know, in this like, you know, at least in character versus character, it's so weird to think of their neutral because Chrom, you see Chrom just zooming around the stage, zooming around on stage. And then you see Dedede, not necessarily I'd say zooming, but kind of just hovering.
Moving. He's moving around.
Yeah, he's moving around, and he can move very quickly, but especially just like, you know, coming down.
Ooh, a little bit off the mark on that up B is Fat Sandwich. And now Sophist has a stock lead here going into the last stock of Fat Sandwich. And, you know, 80% on he can get on Fat Sandwich right now is just gravy.
It's something that you really need to do, and especially with that inhale, going to do really well to just send Fat Sandwich off stage. But now this is going to be possibly a regrab, but the up air going to clip through. Sophist gets back for free. And Fat Sandwich has been looking for that back throw bear
The entire game.
Oh, the entire day.
The entire game, I said.
Yeah.
And there's the bear coming out right there. Evening up on this first game of the set. And, you know, 81% is not something to sneeze at when you're Fat Sandwich, because that could be death percent if Sophist gets a really strong hit, maybe one of these Gordo ledge traps. That's going to do it. The inhale Gordo, and that's Sophist taking game 1.
I said this when I last saw Sophist on stream, and he redirected a Gordo back. If you play, I'm sorry to say, a little bit lower tier of a character, you have to be prepared for your moves just not working.
Yeah.
They're just not working out. And he was prepared for it. He was ready. Like, maybe it was just like the launch of the Gordo just in general, but it was good insurance policy as well in case Fat Sandwich did throw out the up air.
Absolutely.
And it paid dividends, I'd say. Going into game number 2, Sophist already up at least like 1-0, and now we're really going to see how Fat Sandwich is going to really change things around. We saw Fat Sandwich, at least against Pack Smash, go down 2-0, and we saw the adaptations come through. So the question is, what's Fat Sandwich going to be bringing to this game number 2?
I mean, right now it's these falling up airs that have done a ton of work already in the start of the set, or start of the stock rather. However, you know, it only netted him about 50% and can't capitalize on the stage control either. That's the fat sandwich he was looking for, but not gonna find it.
Oh, not quite gonna do it. Yeah, these counters really, they've been good to mitigate some of like the pressure from Sophist, but they haven't really been hitting. They mostly just been to get rid of the Gordo, get rid of the jet hammers.
And when they have been hitting, they haven't been doing a ton. It's not like getting these counters on like big Dedede swings and taking stocks with it. Like, we saw him counter him at like 160 last game, and he didn't kill him.
But instead, up tilt coming through. Sophist taking the lead again in this game. And now the question is, how is he going to really just, like, you know, cheese out a fat sandwich?
I mean, you don't necessarily need to cheese out fat sandwich. You just need to get them in a position. Like, Sophist is in a really good position right now where he can just hold the ledge against Fat Sandwich, and they're the ones that have to approach. However, Fat Sandwich is going to find that stock, and now we're evened up at 2 stocks apiece.
But that's a double fair.
Ooh, tried to get the dash attack.
I love that idea,
We
though.
call that the Eleanor when our from, but
The what?
The Eleanor.
Oh, my gosh. Barely even connecting, actually, with that ether coming up from Chrom. And now the damage still relatively even. Now the question is, can Sophist get possibly, like, you know, a bear, get a fair off stage to send Fat Sandwich into that ledge trapping scenario that he just loves so much?
I mean, so far we've seen Sophist is very adept at playing on this ledge, both like being the one that's ledge trapping and being able to get off ledge. So Sophist is doing a great job in what I think is the most crucial part of the set between, you know, these two characters in particular. Both characters play so well from the ledge. Jab back air, yeah,
that's barely going to kill. That was like the edge of the percent window to kill.
Dedede's big body betraying him right there, and you know, 1 stock apiece here.
1 stock apiece. Up B, not quite going to kill. Still getting that second landing hitbox. I have seen many a time that Chrom up B just spike and just send you down to the depths.
Yeah, Sophist though wisely DIing that on stage, and did you see him?
Yeah, the
bait
rising
out
counter.
Fat Sandwich's jump, or bait out Fat Sandwich's counter with a jump, but does not matter if you're gonna get back air there.
Yikes. Like, here's the thing. If you're a character with multiple jumps, you suffer from, I don't know if it's called Pit Syndrome, Puff Syndrome, Kirby Syndrome, King Dedede Syndrome.
Yeah.
You want to use your jumps. And the thing is, especially out of all those characters, Dedede just does not have the best horizontal mobility in that scenario.
He is the one that can fall the fastest through a lot of the pressure, but not able to do it in that scenario. And now we're going into game 3. It is 1-1 Sophist and Fat Sandwich. And then, game number 3. Staying on PS2, actually, as well.
I don't expect the stages to really change, at least between these two. I mean, they want to have the ledge. Oh, my.
Big Gordo combo.
Like, how are you as a player just ready for that? How are you ready for the double hit from Gordo?
Sophist just knows every, like, little intricacy in their character.
Mr. Statistics coming out with a brand new tech.
Oh, and yeah, that Gordo is going to be catching Fat Sandwich as they try to get that charge neutral B and landing on that platform as well. And that's Sophist with another lead to start off this game. Can he get off the ledge, though, this time? If he can get off this ledge, he's in a very good position. And there he gets it off with Inhale into Gordo, and that's 42% straight off the bat.
Inhale doing a good job, but yeah, now you see Sophist kind of going a little bit high. He's saying, I don't want to be within Chrom's double jump range.
And that's
double
it.
fair.
No jump.
Not yet, not yet, not yet. Barely.
No jump from Fat Sandwich, and that's a quick stock for Sophist in a great position to take advantage right now. 122%. This is Dedede with Rage, which is one of the scariest characters in the game, up against Chrom, who dies so early.
And you see this DI from Sophist, just like, you know, the straight, like, you know, down and out, being so good against the jab back air that Fat Sandwich is looking for. But now, relatively, like, not too much percent on Fat Sandwich, as they're trying to pile on a little bit more of this damage.
Yeah, and again, wise DI there coming out from Sophist, able to live that up B, and, you know, he's still got the lead on Fat Sandwich, but if Fat Sandwich is going to make it back into this game, they need something big. Jab, F smash, not quite going to find it.
These air dodges from Sophist feel just the least bit nervous, at least, and Fat Sandwich kind of keying into that, almost going to get like a another F smash.
Well, the problem right now for Sophist is that if Fat Sandwich takes this stock, then it's like, you know, you're one Fat Sandwich combo away from the game being even. And you do not want that if you're Dedede.
No, you don't.
The Fat Sandwich needs to find something quick. They are bleeding out right now. 120% off that back air, and the Gordo is going to take it. And now Sophist is up 2-1.
Big back air coming out from Sophist at that point. I mean, that completely just like, took away all of Fat Sandwich's stage control. And that kind of happens with Dedede, where like, especially at those higher percents, you got to find those stray hits. But that one hit just paid off so much in the end for King Dedede. But Fat Sandwich sticking with the Chrom. They did say that this summit would be entirely Chrom focused.
Yep, all Chrom coming out from Fat Sandwich. No surprises here. And, something else to note right now is that if Sophist wins this game, he'll be the first vote-in to take a set in Summit. No vote-ins have taken a set so far.
That would be exciting to see. I mean, here's the thing. The vote-ins, as opposed to the people who qualified through the tournament, all of them are still very qualified players. They are people who have proven their worth.
But right now, winless are the vote-ins, and Sophist trying to change that. He can do it with one game here on Fat Sandwich, and off to a good start right now. Has Fat Sandwich off stage? Can he get a good edge guard? Not quite going to find anything. Fat Sandwich the wise edge guard, or wise air dodge to stage. Do they have a jump?
No, they don't. No, they don't. That fade back fair when jumping from the ledge might have kind of sealed their stock, because they really couldn't recover to a safe position from that. And now suddenly you have Sophist at 112%. He's been stuck on this ledge for quite a lot of this game, even all this set. But
it's a place that he's been making a lot of money from, but not gonna find it there.
yeah, it's these up airs from Sophist at the ledge, and Fat Sandwich has just been getting caught by them. Uppy out of shield as always to just say, hey Sophist, hey Big Penguin, get back to your ledge.
Yeah, and that's what Fat Sandwich needs to do. They need to put the pressure on this King Dedede. Dedede, so big-bodied, fast, or it falls so fast. You can extend your combo so far against this character.
Yeah. But now notice, you saw at least that Fat Sandwich kind of relinquish a little bit of that stage control. They said, I want to play a little bit more than neutral game, because it feels like you've kind of been getting a little bit more damage than necessary even when I'm ledge trapping. So just let me do my combo game. Let me do what Chrom does best. Let me nair.
Oh, so close to getting the jet hammer on that. Could have been a major turning point in the set. However, not going to find it. Forward air, though, and that's Sophist one stock away from the set against Fat Sandwich.
Yeah. These nair dodges, these air dodges from Fat Sandwich, they've been really, really necessary as Chrom, but it's really been kind of causing them in this set. Sophist has been there with the fairs.
Every single time.
And again, these Gordos just the extra bits of damage, really putting a thorn in Fat Sandwich's plans.
Yeah, F-tilt from Fat Sandwich kind of stops the bleeding for a little bit. Can we get some combo going off of that? Not going to find too much. 59% on this Chrom without a jump right now.
Oh, no! Oh,
he just does it?
He just stood there and held it.
He jet hammered in their face and took that set 3-1, and that's Sophist moving on in this bracket. Fat Sandwich out at 13th.
That's Summit. That's Summit sometimes.
That's Summit.
You can't ever underestimate any given player. But with that set over and with Randubs off